It's time for the Jeff Litherland Show. Join us each week to find out what's going on in Perry Central Commodore basketball, straight from the head coach, Jeff Litherland, exclusively on the Southwest Indiana Sports Network.
Want to know what I like best about playing basketball for my high school? I like it because it's a place where my friends get to see me play. I like it because I'm playing for someone besides myself. I'm playing for everybody in my school and every person in my community.
Indiana high school sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
Wanting to scan those old videos, films, or audio to DVD? We'll look no further than Milligan Communications. We can also scan your old pictures, slides, and negatives to picture quality as well. With thousands of happy customers, let Milligan Communications help put your treasured memories on a digital media. Call Milligan Communications today at 812-630-2449. Milligan Communications, capturing your yesterdays.
You dream it, we create it at Street Dreams. Custom paint, fabrication, stereos, wheels, tires, and more. We're also your authorized Sinister Sound dealer. Street Dreams, 317-624-1000, where you expect quality and get.
Hey everyone, Joey Chestnut here, world champion competitive eater. I follow Southwest Indiana Sports Network, and if you're hungry for sports, you should follow them too.
Follow the Southwest Indiana Sports Network at swisportsnetwork.com or search Roku for our channel at SW Indiana Sports Network.
Hello and welcome to this week's Litherland Show. And Coach, last week you took on West Washington and Forest Park. Why don't we start with West Washington game? Why don't you recap that game for us?
Yeah, we went up to West Washington on Friday night. It's a long bus ride up there, and we come out. I think we were down maybe 1 or 2 points at halftime, and they come out and executed better than we did in the third quarter, and we got down, maybe 8 to 10 points, and midway through the fourth quarter, we had the ball, I think, twice, down to one possession, and we had some, some costly turnovers, and it ended up costing us the game. I thought overall we did a really good job on the defensive side of the ball, giving up 48 points, and you feel like you have a good shot to win the game, but we just didn't execute our offense, the way we did during the week. We prepared for their 2-3 zone, and we didn't execute, and it was if you don't execute, you turn the ball over in the second half. Close game on the road in the conference, you're not most likely you're not going to win those games, and that was the case on Friday night.
And then on Friday, you played at home against Forest Park, and that was your coaches versus cancer night.
Yeah. Saturday we hosted Forest Park, at our place. We had coaches versus cancer night. We had, three families that we, I think we raised, a few $1,000s for, between the Forest Park and the Perry Central community, that night. And we were able to, before the game, present that money to them, which was, it's always a good cause. We get frustrated about wins and losses and X and O's, on the basketball side of things. But, in the big picture of things, there's a lot of individuals that are facing a lot tougher things than we are, and a couple of the kids that we honored were our students, and one family that we honored was the Carson Lasher, who he lost his battle with cancer. So his dad Gene and his mom both were back in school when I was back in Perry. So to be able to honor those families and those types of people that's went through those battles and the struggles, and just to be able to say that, hey, our basketball community was able to help a little bit. It means a lot. So that that was something that we kind of worked hard to prepare for. Ray James, our athletic director, organized it. Did a really nice job. We did the same thing earlier that day. in our girls game. And I believe North Posey's girls coach had been through it or battling it. We presented her a check, Saturday afternoon with the money that we collected. So, it was the game didn't come out on our end, but when you look back on it, it's on the big picture, it's a win in my eyes because we were able to help some families that were in need. And moving on to the game, we battled. I've seen some stuff out of the group of players that I coach that I really I'd never seen before. I mean, they battled all night. They gave up 44 points, so they played really good defense and understood the scouting report. We couldn't make a shot, and I think we were 8 of 15 from the free throw line. Four of those were the front end of 1-1, and we still had it. I think it was 42-38 with about 48 seconds to go, and we go. One of our best shooters goes to the line and misses the front end of a 1-on-1. So we had to foul, and they made their shot, their free throws, and we just couldn't score. But I was really proud of my kids. The way they battled and the effort that they gave, and because twice I think we were down 7-0, and then we got down 10 again in the second half, and they just kept fighting back, and that's really all you can ask for as a coach. Eventually, we're going to start making free throws and those shots, and somebody asked me the other day, do you ever practice free throws? I'm like, we do it every day. We have a win the game drill, and we do it every day, and if we don't make it, we gotta run, and it's kind of frustrating, but we know it's part of the process, and it's like I told our kids, we know Forest Park is one of the top teams in our sectional, and we know that we can compete with them, we can play with them when we're focused, and we do the right thing. So that's kind of an encouraging sign, that we're kind of in the mix, but we just we've got to clean up some of the little things, execution wise, and sprinting on our cuts, setting screens, and most importantly, making free throws. And I kind of joke with them. I'm like, what's a 70% in school? It's a C, or a C minus. That's really all I'm asking for, 70% on your free throws and layups. And, our record would be reversed, because it's cost us 4 or 5 games missing those bunnies and missing those free throws. So, it's something that it's a big focus, and we know that it's costing us games, and we're putting a lot on it.
And us as fans, we get so caught up in the wins and losses, but a coaches versus cancer night like that, just as you said, it all became a victory, and it did.
Yeah, it did. I mean, it's nobody's, people are going to remember the game, fans, players, coaches, but, that 10 minutes before the game was a very special moment. And I know those families were honored to receive the money that was donated. So that's, when I was a younger coach, every game meant everything. And, as you get older and you get kids and you get more responsibilities and you see, people that that's gone through it, your outlook on things change a little bit. So to be able to do that, was very good in my eyes.
And we'll back on the show really short after these messages from our sponsors. You're listening to Southwest Indiana Sports Network, powered by Bellingham for Communications.
This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
Wanting to scan those old videos, films, or audio to DVD? We'll look no further than Milligan Communications. We can also scan your old pictures, slides, and negatives to picture quality as well. With thousands of happy customers, let Milligan Communications help put your treasured memories on a digital media. Call Milligan Communications today at 812-630-2449. Milligan Communications, capturing your yesterdays.
When you think sporting goods, think no further than All Star Sports in Ferdinand. Custom embroidery, screen printing, team uniforms, sports equipment, and sports apparel and shoes. We have it all. Give Brad a call today at 812-367-1618 or visit them in the Country Plaza Shopping Center in Ferdinand. All Star Sports is open Monday through Friday 10 to 7 and Saturday 9 to 4. All Star Sports, when you're thinking sporting goods.
At MAD, we believe in zero. Zero fathers who aren't there for bedtime. Zero mothers who miss the first day of school. Zero children who never come home. We believe in zero victims of drunk driving. With MAD, your support adds up to zero. Because we believe in a hug on the first day of school. We believe in another bedtime story. We believe in no more victims. We believe in zero.
Hey everyone, Joey Chestnut here, world champion competitive eater. I follow Southwest Indiana Sports Network, and if you're hungry for sports, you should follow them too.
Follow the Southwest Indiana Sports Network at swisportsnetwork.com or search Roku for our channel at SW Indiana Sports Network.
And welcome back to the Jeff Litherland Show. And we're joined by Perry Central JV coach Noah Hawkins. Noah, how you doing?
Pretty good. How about you?
I'm doing real good. You know, why don't you, before we get started on the JV, why don't you give us a little bit about your coaching history and how you came to be at Perry Central?
Well, back in high school, I went to Forest Park and played under Jeff, and we went to state together back in 2018. I was actually the manager. And played in my freshman year, and he asked me to come back, and we've been together ever since, pretty much. But he left Forest Park, and I stayed at Forest Park, and I was a volunteer assistant and 7th and 6th grade coach, and kind of made my way up over at Forest Park. And then I started working part time for Jeff, and he asked me if he needed a varsity assistant, so. He asked me if I wanted to be his varsity assistant, and I said, well, let's get the band back together and let's do it. And so I got over to Perry Central, and then I went from varsity assistant last year to JV coach this year. So it's my first time being a JV coach, and learned a lot of new experience through it.
And, you know, you are the JV coach. How is the JV doing this season?
We're doing pretty good. We, like any JV team, we're kind of up and down. Parts are always moving around, but we're 7-5 right now. They pretty much play. Their play is all about effort and passion. That's what I always tell them, and they do a great job of that. Just kind of trying to learn the X's and O's and kind of what I want and learning what they want. They're a bunch of they're kids that I've only known for 2 years now, so I'm kind of learning about them and they're learning about me at the same time.
And you know, who are some of the names that we might hear in the future for Perry Central?
There's my point guard right now on JV. He's playing a little varsity. Thomas Hogan. He's got a very competitive edge, and he's starting to learn how to play as a point guard and shooting guard. He's kind of the 1 and 2 for us. And other names are big. So we got Sam Ball and Nolan Wire. They're about 6'4" apiece and pretty strong kids, and that kind of they're just learning how to play and fight through things, and they're pretty strong and can finish inside at a high level. So I got those guys, and then there's a freshman who also plays a little bit on varsity right now, and he plays a lot for me. Is Wick Craney. He's about a 6'4" wing, so he's pretty good at attacking the rim and doing all those kind of things and rebounding. So we're kind of a big JV team right now.
Now you got some season left here. Who are some of the top teams you think you're going to face in the future here?
Probably one of the better ones will be one of our conference teams in the PLAC. Probably Orleans. We play them on the 20th of January. They they always are a pretty historic program and always very fundamentally sound. So they're one of the teams that I think will be pretty good. And then we play Charlestown this Friday. Their varsity is pretty athletic and big, so I'm gonna expect that their JV is the same way. So, and in the past, like we played South Ridge and Forest Park, and those historic programs and Heritage Hills, and they're always big, strong, athletic. So our kids have been tested and they've fought through some adversity. So,
well, Coach, good luck the rest of the season.
Yep, thank you.
And you've listened to the Jeff Litherland Show on the Southwest Indiana Sports Network, powered by Milligan Brooks Communications. We'll be back right after these messages from our sponsors.
At MAD, we believe in zero. Zero fathers who aren't there for bedtime. Zero mothers who miss the first day of school. Zero children who never come home. We believe in zero victims of drunk driving. With MAD, your support adds up to zero. Because we believe in a hug on the first day of school. We believe in another bedtime story. We believe in no more victims. We believe in zero.
Becoming a licensed sports official is a great way to make a positive difference in the community and support the over 160,000 Indiana student athletes that participate across 22 IHSAA sports. Sports officiating allows you to stay connected to the game, become a role model for our young student athletes, earn extra money, and support the patrons and communities of our IHSAA member schools. To learn more about becoming a licensed IHSAA official, log on to ihsaa.org/officials today.
Do you have old videotapes and films sitting around your house? Let Milligan Communications convert them to DVD for you. VHS, VHS-C, 8mm, or Beta. If they are videotapes, Milligan Communications can do them all. They can also convert 8mm, Super 8, and 16mm film. DVDs would make a great Christmas gift. Call Milligan Communications today, 812-630-2449 for more information. You dream it, we create it at Street Dreams. Custom paint, fabrication, stereos, wheels, tires, and more. We're also your authorized Sinister Sound dealer. Street Dreams, 317-624-1000, where you expect quality and get...
Hey everyone, Joey Chestnut here, world champion competitive eater. I follow Southwest Indiana Sports Network, and if you're hungry for sports, you should follow them too.
Follow the Southwest Indiana Sports Network at swisportsnetwork.com or search Roku for our channel at SW Indiana Sports Network.
And welcome back to the Jeff Litherland Show. And I'll tell you what, Coach, I've said this before to other coaches, I'll say it again, and I'll say it to you too, having someone like Noah Hawkins in your program is a benefit.
It is. Noah's, he's invested in our program. Not only the varsity and JV, but he's a kid that I coached over at Forest Park. The year we went to state finals, he was a manager, and his brother is Nate over in Heritage Hills, and we were both out of coaching the year that they played the regional up in Washington, and we sit by each other that morning, talked a little bit. And, we left, and then we ended up back at Huntingburg Memorial that night for, I think Southridge was in the regional final when Colson Montgomery was there, and we sit by each other and, we talk and about, getting back into coaching and, him coaching for me and long and behold, a month later, the Perry job came open. I was fortunate enough to get it. And, I got Noah to come over there, but, he's been great. The community loves him. The players love him. All the way down, our first, second, third grade. I mean, he's building relationships with those guys as well. So, he's a joy to be around. I don't know if he mentioned anything about his shoes, but he's superstitious. So, every time he loses the JV game, he has to get a new pair of shoes. So, it's kind of funny, but he's invested in our program. He invested in our kids and committed to getting us to where we ultimately want to be.
Now, if I was that superstitious, I would have to not lose many games because I don't have many pairs of shoes. But my wife, she could lose a lot of games.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So, and this week you'll be taking on Charlestown on Friday night at Charlestown. Why don't you preview that game for us?
Yeah, we're up there on Friday night. It's another long trip that we're going to be leaving right after school. So, Charlestown is coached by former Tell City coach Matt Lynch, who does a really good job, especially on the defensive end. He's one of the better defensive coaches around. He always play good defense, and they've got a young team. I think they started junior, a sophomore, and 3 freshmen, and those 3 freshmen are pretty talented. They play a 2-2-1 press. They deny the front 2 guys, and they mix it in with a 1-3-1. And their guards are very athletic, push the basketball, and some of the things that we've struggled with, they're really good at. So we're gonna have to spend this week really focusing on making sure we're getting back on defense and taking care of the basketball, and keeping the basketball in front of us and out of the paint. So it'll be another challenge. We've had a pretty tough schedule, and Charlestown has got some nice wins under the belt for a young team. So going up there and playing them is it'll be a challenge. But we're looking forward to it. We got 6 weeks or so before sectional time, and that's what we're striving for. And I said I was really encouraged by our effort on Saturday night. And if we I'm not challenging to do that every day in practice and every game, and the process time would going through the process, getting experience and learning how to win those games, the process time would be a lot shorter than taking plays off from time to time. So we'll be anxious to see how we respond going up there on Friday and playing a good basketball team.
Well, Coach, good luck this week against Charlestown, and go get a win.
Okay. Thank you, Joe. Have a good day.
And you've been listening to the Jeff and Liz Show on the South Virginia Sports Network, powered by Milligan Brewster Communications. We'll see you next week.
You've been listening to the Jeff Litherland Show. Find out what is happening in Perry Central basketball each week, exclusively on the Southwest Indiana Sports Network.
Becoming a licensed sports official is a great way to make a positive difference in the community and support the over 160,000 Indiana student athletes that participate across 22 IHSAA sports. Sports officiating allows you to stay connected to the game, become a role model for our young student athletes, earn extra money, and support the patrons and communities of our IHSAA member schools. To learn more about becoming a licensed IHSAA official, log on to ihsaa.org/officials today.